was epic, wasn't it? It's one of the greatest one-day games you ever see in World Cup history. From the first ball to all the way through to the whole game, I think it ebbed and flowed, and at different times you felt as though you were going to win it, and at different times where we felt as though we were against it. But yeah, what a spectacle. Unfortunately for the guys, they'll be really hurting and it'll take a while, but yeah, at the same time, that's what you have sport for, is entertainment.
Yeah, it was so entertaining, wasn't it?
Certainly scored the entertainment department. Yeah, what is it like, Nathan? I don't know if you've ever faced a super over, but what's that feeling? You think you've reached it, you're so close right at the end of the match, and then actually you've got to take a 10-minute break and do it all over again in a much shorter format. You've got to, oh great, another 6 balls to go. Yeah,
I suppose it happens more and more these days with 2020 and that sort of thing, so you just become accustomed to it, whether it's 2020 or one-day cricket. It's not too much different, but I suppose when it is a one-day World Cup, all of a sudden it comes down to just that one over. But again, that's what we've all done before, and all the guys have trained and worked towards in those moments, and you want to try and stand up for them, and all the guys did, and unfortunately came off at the end of the day.
Well, we both got 15, right? So it was the countback on boundaries. So we tied the super over, we tied the 50 and we tied the super. I thought when Martin Guptill wandered out with Jimmy Neesham, that was a magnificent decision, because it showed the character of this team, and it showed the sense of belief in him. In cricket terms, was it the right decision?
Yeah, 100%. I would have done exactly the same, and I'm sure you ask anyone in that environment or that's been in that environment, he'd be the other one. And then you'd look at Ross Taylor and Colin de Grandhomme, depending on who's been hitting them. But yeah, I would 100% have sent him out. And Jimmy Neesham obviously did a great job and got us in there. And it's no fault of Guppy's at the end there. It was a great ball and could have easily squirted somewhere else. So we didn't get too much luck in those last few overs, that's for sure.
Young Jofra, because he's relatively new to the England team, isn't he?
Yeah.
A big decision to give him the final over, although my sense is he wanted it. And so, tell me, how do you overcome that sort of tension in cricket? Because cricket pretends it's a team sport, but actually when you're batting and bowling, you're on your own, aren't you,
everyone's going to blame you if it goes really badly.
So what's going on in your head at those really tense moments? How do you get on top of it?
Yeah, I suppose you train them, you practice them, you do your mental skills training outside of that as well, and try and put yourselves in those situations. But at the end of the day, it happens, the more you do it, the better you get at it, and you've got to actually go through a few failures to get that win. And I'm sure already, and we've seen he's gone through a few failures in his short career, not necessarily in the one-day game for England, but he's done fantastically well, and yeah, he seems like a pretty cool, calm, collected bloke, and
for a young man,
yeah, I suppose that lesser experience sometimes is better.